Hi everyone, it's Newt. So I have a story to tell. You might or may not remember in a previous video I had mentioned that me and Mr. Newt were in the process of trying to purchase a home and we weren't sure if we were going to be able to get it, but thank God we were able to get this house. I'm going to first give you a very short, brief story of how we ended up here and then give you a tour of the house, which is going to be pretty exciting. And as I go through the different sections of the house, I'll show you some images of the inspiration that I have towards the different rooms and what I want to do in the different rooms. First, the story. How Mr. Newt and I got here is quite a tale. January of 2023, Mr. Newt and I were living in a pretty comfortable apartment. It was probably, I would say, around like 575 square feet. It was a small 2-bedroom apartment. We had a duplex, so our landlord lived in the opposite side. It was like a mirrored house. So our side of the duplex was mirrored to their side of the duplex. And Mr. Newt had been renting from that landlord for quite some time. He had been living there for a decent amount of time before I moved in with him and we got married and all that. So it was a pretty small apartment, but we were extremely comfortable there and we were slowly just making it our own. There was like carpet everywhere, but we replaced it with like bamboo flooring and tile work and all sorts of really, really nice things to kind of customize it and make it our own. It was really cozy in there. Then in January of this year, Mr. Newt and I were wrongfully evicted. We had, quite frankly, done nothing wrong to get evicted. We were paying our rent, we were good tenants, we would always do whatever the landlord needed us to do, but our landlord just wanted us out of there in a nutshell. He made it very uncomfortable for us to be living there. And yes, like I know some people might say like, oh, well, you know, tenants have more protection than landlords and stuff like that, but our landlord was creeping the crap out of us, especially me being a small female. It got to the point where as we were trying to pack and move out, I ended up having to go live at my mom's house for quite a time. And it was really hard. Mr. Newt was just packing on weekdays, and then on the weekends I would go over there since we both had the weekend off and I would help him pack. We were very blessed to have somewhere else to move into. The house that we're in now, I've also mentioned, I actually grew up here. This is my childhood home, so we are renting this from my dad. Not everything was explained to us fully when we moved into this house. We thought we'd have a little bit longer to live here than we were told or made to think. Basically, as soon as we moved in here, we found out we had a time limit on living here. We were thinking like we could get out of here within 5 years or so. It turned out it was more like 2 to 3 years. And the state that we live in now has an insane housing crisis. If you're middle class, it's practically impossible to find a house in this state without some sort of help from some sort of internal factor, family, friends, something like that. It's very hard to find a house. Most of the houses in this state are being bought up by rich out-of-staters, or companies are buying up all the properties and homes. If Mr. Newt and I had had work from home jobs, we would have moved out of state. We probably would have moved to Mushy state. And that is the plan. At a future date, we would love to get out of here, but for right now we do not have stay-at-home jobs and we didn't have the opportunity to move workforces easily. We were fortunate enough that this house that I'm going to be showing you that we've now purchased was a private selling, so this house never was on the market. The previous owner, we actually got to meet with her and she's absolutely lovely. She was such a nice person to meet with and she gave us a tour of her home, and it had been in her family I think for over 70 years. The appliances are all fairly new. They're all in pretty good shape. The previous owner had taken care of the main big things that a house needs. So there's been a new roof put on it, new furnace I believe put in, and a bunch of new windows, if not all of the windows are new. So the main things that you need for a house, like the big expensive things, those have already been taken care of. They're all pretty new and up to date. So that was a plus. The house though, when me and Mr. Newt first walked into it, we were like, what? It did not look like the pictures that we had previously seen. The person that sold us the house, basically the previous owner, the very nice lady that gave us a tour of her home, she sold it to another buyer whom we knew, and then they in turn sold it to us. So it's kind of like a three-way selling. The person that we bought the house off of, so the middle person, They had taken a bunch of pictures of the inside of the house and definitely overhyped it a little bit, but it's okay. Like, me and Mr. Newt had a vision for this home. We knew what we wanted to do on the inside, like, almost instantly. So that wasn't very hard. There wasn't anything major that we had to renovate, except the floors. The floors are just like, oh my god. That is basically the story of how we got to where we are. Wrongfully evicted, moved into a new house, but hey, you gotta get out of here soon. And we found a house during the worst possible time, during a housing crisis in our state with a large interest rate, and we slightly overpaid for it, and we have to do lots of renovations. So now that we've caught up on the backstory, I'm going to show you a tour of the house, and I'm actually going to be looking at it too on my iPad. This house needs a lot of TLC. We like the basic layout of the house. I would say it's unlivable right now because of the flooring situation, which I'll get to, but I like wouldn't even allow Mushi to come over and have a tour yet, because I was like, no, we're like literally in the middle of renovating everything, and it like disgusts me to be in this house. So I was like, no, you can't come over. And she was kind of like bummed out about that, but I was like, no, you literally can't. It's so bad. You're gonna like it so much better when like everything's back in place and like my vision is set. So now we're going to get into the vision side of the story. So walking into the house, this is the main entrance. This door needs some paint. It basically, the main entrance leads into the laundry room, which you can see right here. There is another entrance in the front of the house, like the actual, what looks like the actual entrance, like where the mailbox is, there's like steps that go up. That leads into our, I call it a sunroom because it doesn't really feel like a porch to me, but that leads into like the sunroom, and then you can get into the house from there. But the previous owner used the laundry room to get into the house, so I think that's what we're going to do. So as you can see, there's a pretty new washer and dryer here, and then this is the bathroom, just showing like the washer. This area is unfortunately a little bit crammed, but we're gonna figure out some storage stuff. And then you get into the bathroom. There's a half shower, so like obviously you can't bathe in this thing. I think it's called a half shower. Yeah, the shower is not great. The previous owner was handicapped. There's a bench in there that was for her disability. And I don't, according to Mr. Newt, that can't come out. So the shower is going to be a down the road project. This house is not our dream home. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. It's not our dream home. It's going to look awesome once we're done. It's gonna be really cozy in there, but it's not in a good location. I'm not going to show the outside of it, but it's basically right smack dab in the middle of the city. So it's not our favorite. We don't have a lot of property. There's tons of neighbors everywhere. Thankfully, our neighbors all seem pretty sweet. So we're fortunate in that respect, but it's literally like right dab in the middle of the city, and we would love somewhere that's like more off in the woods with some more property or something like that. So this is not our dream home. However, that does not mean that we're not going to renovate the heck out of this thing and make it super cozy and comfortable, like I said. So me and Mr. Newt were actually talking yesterday about what we would like to do about the shower, because Mr. Newt, thank God, is a flooring installer. So this guy deals with all sorts of flooring, tile work, showers, you name it. Like, he can put anything like that together. So very, very fortunate that that is his profession, because otherwise we would not be able to do any of this right now, because it would be like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. So the shower definitely is problematic. We can deal with it for now, clean it out really good. But down the road, we're probably going to put in some sort of a tile shower or something like that, which will be very exciting. The kitchen counter, not too bad. It's fairly new. And then there's just a toilet that's in a really, really awkward place. Me and Mr. Newt actually joke, because if you're sitting at the toilet, if someone's like walking by or literally looking in through the back door, like if the curtain wasn't there, they would literally be able to see your butt cheeks. So we kind of joke about that. Like, the toilet is in like the worst spot in both bathrooms, and you'll see in the other one. The bathroom countertop is not too bad. It's fairly new. It's actually almost identical to the one in this house, and there's Moose sniffing the toilets. So yeah, that's the laundry in the bathroom area. And then this is the main, sort of the main room, dining room slash kitchen. So this light, oh my gosh, fluorescent lighting is literally so gross. Like, I cannot stand it, and neither can Mr. Newt. This light's getting out of here. We're going to buy a new light. Unfortunately, I don't have much of a picture to show for what I'd like to do for a new light. We haven't really gone and looked at it yet, but this fluorescent light is absolutely getting out of here. It's just so disruptive. So this is the main kitchen area. We're very fortunate. There's quite a bit of cabinetry and counter space. And also the previous owner actually gifted us several things moving in. She was having like a yard sale, just trying to get rid of some stuff. And the day before the yard sale, we picked like a few items that we'd want. And we were like, we'll pay you, just like give us a check for how much it was going to cost. And she actually gifted them to us. She like left and she was like, yeah, I just left everything you guys want in there. Like, don't worry about paying me back for it. So sweet. She actually gifted us the island table that's in there. And then this is just one side with the stove. The countertops are blue. This is like, I cannot get away from blue countertops. There's blue countertops in this house that I'm living now. They're darker than this, but it's just not a very nice color. So what we're thinking of doing with the countertops, and we were going to wait, but I found something on Amazon that's awesome. They're matte countertops that look like marble, like white marble. It's gonna look so good. So there's a pretty generic sink here, dishwasher, and then like I said, tons of cabinetry. At this point in time, we have painted all of these white, so they look really awesome. This is the refrigerator, and the previous owner gave us some pickles. Unclear if she pickled those pickles herself, but they're in there just the same. And then this is the dining area. This area, my vision is to have this be my studio. So I'm going to have my desk down here. I'm going to have this thing, this is a cabinet, giant cabinet thing that my dad said I could take with me because technically it was his. So technically I'm like sort of stealing it, but like I asked. So like, is that stealing it? But he said I could take this with me and it fits all my art supplies perfectly. So I'm going to have this down there, my desk, tons of twinkle lights, and maybe another bookshelf, like a bamboo bookshelf or a white bookshelf or something, just for some more storage. And then the wonderful carpet. So this carpet, the person that we bought this house from, when he first came into this house, he was sending us pictures of it and stuff. And he was like, oh, you can like eat off the floor. And we like joke about that so much because these carpets are gross. They are so stained. They're just like so gnarly, man. They're not as bad as they could have been, but like, and then there's just like this wood paneling, which I know I'm going to get freaking crucified for it, but we're painting over this crap. Like, I know that's like a big no-no and people are like, don't do it. And I've already painted over all of it at this point as well. So we are painting this Stonington Gray. I think it's by Benjamin Moore. Very lovely, muted, light gray color. That's what the whole downstairs is going to be, Stonington Gray. So that's what it is right now. I don't care if nobody likes that. We've painted over all this wood stuff, so now it's like this gray color. Well, we've primed it, I should say. I haven't painted it yet. It's all been primed. And then this is the basement slash actually cellar slash actually the dungeon, and we're not going down there because it's scary as crap, but basically the whole thing's insulated, so that's nice. This is the hallway. Here's some more of the wood. Thankfully this wood stuff's only in like the main area of the house and not the entire house, because that would be a pain in the butt to paint. And then this is the living room. Pretty okay size. We're basically just going to have our TV and couch in here. There's more carpet, but thankfully underneath this carpet there is wood floor. Something I didn't mention earlier, the carpet in the dining area and the hallway that I just showed, that is carpet on top of carpet, and that carpet is glued down to asbestos tiles. At this point in time as well, Mr. Newt and I have, or Mr. Newt rather, Mr. Newt has ripped out all the carpet in the main area, both sheets of it, both plies, and then scraped up the glue off of the asbestos tile. We've had to level it out in different corners that were sagging. So right now the floor is pretty even. Mr. Newt is going to be cutting subfloor. We're going to be putting that down on top of the asbestos tile, prime the tile that's left there. Thankfully it's not in really bad condition. It's just like there, and it's gross. It's really gross. And then we're going to put our new wood floor on top of that, which is like some sort of life-proof flooring, which I will insert a picture of. We were gonna go with like this gray brown color, but at the last second decided that more browns would look more warm in this house because of the Stonington gray walls. We weren't gonna do browns, but now we're doing browns. It's called like Woodland Forest or something like that. And then you come out of the living room, and then this is the screened in deck area. We're very lucky we have hedges in the front part of our house, which give us a little privacy. This carpet, oh my gosh. So many stains. Yeah, we can really eat off the floor here. I'll show you briefly like an image that I have in mind for this. We're getting rid of that carpet and seeing what we have to deal with for our flooring. Hopefully it's not more asbestos tile like the rest of the house, but we're gonna see what we're dealing with there. My goal is to get some sort of like kind of outdoorsy patio furniture out there, a couple bookshelves, get some books, twinkle lights, the fatter ones, the more like bulby looking twinkle lights. These are the stairs. Now quickly before I go on, the carpet on these stairs is going to have to stay until I can do the stairs. So I plan to do the stairs myself. I'll insert some images of what I want to do, but basically it's going to be white. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do the railing, like the top of the railing, a different color. I haven't really decided yet. Obviously put some slip guards on there, but for now we're gonna have to keep the carpet on here until I can get that done. But this hallway area, which I don't show too much, my image for these walls is a lime wash. I think this would look so nice. There's already texture in the walls. A lime wash kind of already tries to give you that kind of feel. For right now, the walls are going to stay the color they are because it's not a bad color. It's like an off-white, like a cream. And there's the bathroom up ahead. And now this is the larger of the two bedrooms up here. Again, gross carpet, but Mr. Newt says that this is going to be easier to put the flooring on than the downstairs one. So this room is going to be half workout area, gym, half closet, because we don't have much for closet space in the entire house. The bedroom has like a tiny closet, which you'll see, but the rest of the house doesn't really have anything for closets. We're going to make some of these and we're going to put these up in the closet. This room's going to be utilized to its full capacity. Thankfully, it's big enough that I think we're going to be able to get away with doing all that without making it look too cluttery in there. Coming out, this is the bedroom. Which this, oh my gosh, this reading nook area here, I instantly, as soon as we came into this house, I was like, reading nook, yes, this is absolutely going to be a reading nook, like 100%. Again, another vision. I'll show a picture. This chair, I want this thing so bad. It's on Amazon, but I'm not going to purchase it until we're done with the house, and then I'll get it at some point. But I'm like so excited to get this chair. It's so cozy. I can just totally picture it in the corner with twinkle lights everywhere and like a bookshelf and like a place to put your tea and like a little lamp or something. And then the walls in here, I actually like this really light yellow color with the white trim. I really like that, so I think these walls are gonna stay. And then this is the teeny tiny closet. It's not super small, okay, but like there's not a lot of storage options like shelves, which I guess we could put some more in, but we'll see. There's Mr. Lemieux. And then finally, to wrap up the tour, the scary bathroom. This weird storage back here, which I feel like the toilet should have been back there, but then the toilet's like kind of in the front part. Just like the toilets in both areas of this house are in really weird places. Like that one in the upstairs should be in the back, but it's like in the front. And then the one on the other side, again, put it in the back or like to the side so that if you like walk in, you don't see someone's butt cheeks right there. So yes, that is the tour of our new home. We have, like I said, at this point, purchased it. It is a labor of love. We have to do quite a bit to get it to a place of like comfortable, cozy vibes, but we're definitely going to get there. It does feel good every time we go over there. We are able to accomplish more and more, so we're definitely excited to move in there. We're thinking mid-October now. We're thinking we can move in end of November, beginning of December, somewhere in there. So you'll be getting updates hither and thither of renovations that we're doing. I'm not filming too much because it's really stressful right now, but definitely you'll be able to see before and after pictures and videos of what's going on. Thank you so much for watching my video and for making it to the end. I'm sorry this was so long. I tried to get through it like as quickly as possible, but I really wanted to show you my vision of the place and like what it's going to look like. I hope you have a wonderful day or night wherever you are, and I'll see you in another video. Bye!